Can you get a great deal on a rental in New York City? Do any of the great COVID deals still exist? We're going to talk about that in today's video. I'm Dewey Moss. I'm a top producing real estate agent in New York City. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button for great content on renting, buying, selling, and investing in New York City. Take a look at the description box because there are all sorts of different ways to get in contact with me directly, including a link where you can schedule a consultation with me. And let's get started. One of the first questions I always get asked about renting in New York City is, Dewey, are there any deals to be had or are there any pandemic specials still going on? By and large, the answer to that question is no. The New York City market has returned with a vengeance. We are at pre-pandemic levels and have exceeded those levels in terms of the rents and the inventory. So in general, we should all adjust our mindset that the deals and the specials are gone. But also know that those deals and specials weren't quite what you think they were, because they weren't the actual rent. So let me explain what that means. When the landlords were really desperate to rent something in the pandemic after there was a mass exodus of people for a while, what they did was they wrote the lease at the gross rent amount, then wrote amendments that demonstrated the discount. So for example, perhaps you had a 2-bedroom in Chelsea for $7,000. The lease itself was written for a 2-bedroom in Chelsea at $7,000, but the amendment said, we're going to give you 6 months free. And so that's going to make your rent $3,500 a month, and we're going to let you pay that $3,500 each month. So that felt like, gosh, I'm getting an apartment for $3,500 a month. Isn't that great? Surely when my lease comes up, they're going to look and see I was paying $3,500 and let me pay $3,500 again. That's where everyone was wrong. What happened was the market became competitive again. Recovery happened. A mass amount of people started moving into New York City. So the landlords looked and said, hey, you signed a lease that says your gross rent was at $7,000. This other was just a discount. We're no longer offering a discount, so now your rent is $7,000. That's how it worked. So the prices in New York City were never that low on a gross basis. What they were the gross rents, and now they've exceeded those gross rents. So are you looking for a deal? Probably not going to get it in New York City. The caveat to that is there are conditions. You may be looking at a time of year, for example, in the dead of January and February, the winter months, where inventory comes up, but there aren't a lot of people moving. So perhaps you might get a little bit of a discount in rent. Or there are property managers that during those times might do something like offer 1 month free. It's very hit or miss. And who's going to know all of that? A great agent. This is why you need to get a great agent on your side to help you through the very complicated process of renting in New York City, so that you have someone really working for you to save you time, anxiety, and money. All right. Take a look at the description box for all sorts of ways to get in contact with me if you would like for me to help you with anything. And also, if you haven't already, please take a minute to hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.